Hello there, welcome back to the channel and working a bit on the Volvo. So what we're going to do first of all is there's a big box of parts that's been delivered across from Germany, so I'm going to show you what's in there because it's all bits for the Volvo. Then we're going to take a look at that rear arch because that's starting to look pretty good, so we're close to getting that solved now. The delivery's come all the way across from Germany and it's from Autodoc. So I ordered all these parts a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, it took a couple of weeks for them to arrive. And it's mainly Volvo parts. So I'll open the box and I'll take you through what goodies we've got inside it. So one of the things that are in there is a couple of windscreen wipers for the Vauxhall Corsa, but turned out they'd sent the wrong ones, so that's a bit frustrating. And of course I found out once I'd ripped the wiper blades boxes open, so those two are pointless and spare now. So what else did we have? Well, these are the front wishbones. Now I had a choice of what to do here: either renew the bushes themselves, push them through and repair, or just get the whole new wishbones with the bushes already in. So I went with that option. It's going to be easier, I think. Then we've got the new struts. So these are the suspension components. This is for the front. And it's the whole unit. Didn't get springs. The springs looked okay, so I think just swap the springs over. So we'll be using the spring compressors to do that. Obviously, two of those. Doing a lot of this matched left and right. Brake discs, a pair for the front again. Still quite a few boxes, as you can see. It was quite a big delivery, this one. If I remember right, these are stabilizer joints. Yes, stabilizers. Anti-roll bar links, sometimes called. So that's the pair. Quite small on the Volvo 480, these. And I think these are the rear stabilizers as well, which are tiny. Yep. Very small, those ones. But yeah, that's for the rear. And again, there should be two in the box. Now these are the boots. There we go. Not much left now. Now I took a bit of a punt with this. This is an ABS sensor. Now if you remember, I've got problems because I snapped the old sensors. Now you can't seem to get direct replacements. However, based on measurements and a bit of guesswork, I think these are going to suffice. So that one's going to be an interesting one. I got a couple of those, actually different types, because I want to try these two types of ABS sensor to see which ones worked. So hopefully I'm going to be able to get those working one way or another. Because obviously we need the ABS light to go off. We need the ABS system working. And there we go. All in, quite a good set of bits. Now let's go and take a look at the rear arch and we'll resume where we were looking. Here we are, made a bit of progress since last time we spoke. You can see what I've been doing is I've been slowly filling and smoothing this off. Now what I'll do is I'll take a nice close picture with my phone so you can see where I'm up to with it. I think a little bit more sanding and smoothing should be able to get out these last few blemishes, and then I think that part of the arch that I've done, you can feel it's really nice and smooth now. I'm quite pleased with that, considering the state of the spotty welds that I did. That's not bad going, I think. So getting pretty close to having this part of it done, so I'll do a little bit more sanding and covering and I'll show you what that ends up like. Well, after a bit of sanding, I then decided to get the welder back out again. And what I've been doing, it's not good, it's not pretty, but let's just try and get the camera in. It's a really difficult spot to do as well. What I've been doing is welding a bit of inner arch. Yeah, you can't really see, but basically creating a weld between the arch that I've put in and the inner arch. So I've got a bit of a seal there. So then what I'm going to do is, you can see where I've tacked the welds and it's come through slightly, which is good, because at least that means that the penetration of the welds worked. So I'm going to get this yellow under seal spray again, undercoat, because that acts as a partial filler, do all of the inside of here, and then finally I'll then use the black sort of undercoat body sealant under the inside of here, which will help fill all the little gaps between the welds where I haven't done the weld quite as well, and that should finish it off nicely. So I'm quite pleased with this now. Obviously we want to cover the bits of metal, so again, get the spray. So what I'll do is mask this out again, just so we don't get too much overspray, because I mean the side of the car is not going to be in great condition anyway, but protect as much as we can, get this sprayed, and then I think that's this side all done. So there we go. So let's just take you over there. That's not bad going. I'm quite pleased with that, and I think that means that the rear arch is now done, which is great news, to be honest, because this one has taken me a very long time to get resolved. So that's the primer just drying off there. I might do another couple of primer coats, because there are a couple of very slight blemishes, and the stuff that I'm using is this filler primer, which helps fill a few little gaps. That might make it work out okay. And then what I've got to go over the top is I've got some paint that is supposed to be colour matched. So it's the Volvo 480 colour, which is the one that's actually on the VIN code of this car, and that's supposed to be the right colour. However, I did a test, and I'll bring you around and I'll show you. I'm not altogether convinced. So you can see the colour of the car here. Now if I go down to here, this is where I've tested that supposed colour match paint, and I'm fairly sure this looks like it's got very slight blue tinge to it. Now I know that the paint is old, and obviously it's an old car, so the paint does change over time, but this looks just pure silver to me. And this has got a slightly different colour to it, so I don't think my colour match is going to work out too good, which is going to be a bit disappointing because I think we've got the basic look of the wing looking okay. And if we then put some colour paint on that's miles out, I do think it will stick out quite a bit, which is going to be a little bit disappointing, but it is what it is. It's going to get through an MOT. That's the main thing. That's what I'm aiming for here. So at least that's going to do that. And I think next time what we're going to do is going to do some work with the mechanic. So all the bits that you saw arrive earlier in the video from AutoDock, what I'll do is I'll get those out, and we'll work on putting those onto the front, start getting the front suspension, brakes, things like that done. Hopefully, once this is all dry, we can quickly do the other side. There's just the plate to put on and weld on. That's not too much. And that means that we can get the fuel tank back in and actually start to reassemble the rear of the car, because this has been disassembled for quite some time now, to be honest, and I'm getting a bit tired of it being in this state, so I'm really looking forward to getting it actually in a reasonable state again. So I think the next couple of videos will make quite a bit of progress, hopefully start to pick up a little bit of pace now that the really tough welding, because this has taken a long time, and the problem's been that I don't know how to weld, so it's been a real learning curve for me, this part. So I think we're just about there though. So that's all that we're going to do this time on the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please do remember to put a like and also subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Every like that you put helps the channel continue, and it gives me a bit of motivation to keep going. So I'll see you in the next video.